What's up, Lantern fans? It's the Emerald Enthusiast back with another action figure review. This time I'll be looking at the McFarlane limited edition glow-in-the-dark DC multiverse figure of Hal Jordan as Parallax. Let's start with a look at the packaging. On the bottom front, it says Authenticated Limited Edition, 5,100 pieces. Moving up the packaging, it says Green Lantern Parallax 0 Hour Crisis in Time. There is the gold label sticker. On the top, we get the DC Comics logo, product information on the bottom. On this side of the packaging, it says Parallax 0 Hour Crisis in Time Glow in the Dark Edition. On the opposite side, we get the barcode. And on the back, we get this artwork of Hal Jordan as Parallax. This is the cover of Green Lantern Volume 4, issue number 50. And with no further ado, let's bust open this package and see what's inside. The packaging is actually this slip cover, and you can remove it easily. And underneath we see the figure and all of the accessories that have been provided by McFarlane Toys. Let's have a look at some of those accessories. And here is the trading card with the trading card base. And in this instance, it also serves as a COA. This just slips right out. And there is the trading card base. And on the back, you can see that this is numbered out of 5,100. This image is an interesting choice since it's not part of the 0 Hour storyline. This was actually part of a storyline from 2010 called Parallax Rebirth. In that story, Parallax was trapped in the batteries of the Four Corpsmen, and Hal Jordan did release him to temporarily become Parallax once again to fight the Black Lantern Spectre. The accessories are in individual compartments in the inner black tray, and I am working this one out. They're also held in place by these rubber bands. Be careful when you cut these. And there we go. Now, we have seen these accessories before. Much like the previous McFarlane Parallax figure, this figure's hands port into these energy accessories. And here is the peg base with the Green Lantern logo. And as much as I love the Green Lantern logo, in this instance, I would have preferred a peg base with the word Parallax printed on it. One caveat, this cape is not easy to get out of the packaging. You'll either have to wiggle it out slowly or cut the inner black tray to give yourself some room with which to work. And here we see Parallax free of the box and ready to dominate the DC universe. Not every collector will be interested in this figure since it is so similar to the original McFarlane Parallax design. However, as a collector of all things Green Lantern, I was very happy to add this to my collection. So let's take a closer look at the loose details now. In terms of sculpting, the figure is identical to the original release. I like all of these lines that have been sculpted in. The paint applications are very exact. This plastic seems like it might be a little easier to stress when you're articulating the figure, so be careful there. Here's a look at the cape, and I really appreciate the lines that have been sculpted in to give this a very dynamic look. I really can't wait to see how this chest symbol glows in the dark. I think that will be very interesting. Once again, we get this pliable hip piece. There's magnificent sculpting on the torso. The paint applications on the arms are very precise. And the musculature is accurate to Hal Jordan as Parallax. And later in the video, I'll be doing a side-by-side comparison of this figure and the original McFarlane release. Here's a close-up of the head sculpt, and there is plenty of excellent sculpting here. The hair has been painted with a lighter shade of brown this time. However, McFarlane still included the gray streaks on the sides. In terms of articulation, we get a mid-foot hinge. The feet swivel from side to side. They move backward and forward on the ankle joint. The figure has double jointed knees, so you can get this figure into a deep running pose if you wish. This one is pretty tight. It always makes me nervous to apply force to figures. There we go. So if you want the figure in this type of pose, you certainly have that option. This figure does not have the quadricep swivel. However, you can get the figure to kick forward this much. You can get the figure to step back this much, and I appreciate that. And due to the ratchet joints in the hips, you can get this figure into nearly a full split. There's waist rotation and upper torso swiveling, as you can see demonstrated here. There's rotation in the wrists. You can move the hands backward and forward. The figure has double jointed elbows. There's also bicep swiveling, so this gives you a plethora of posing options. Due to the shoulder pad design of the costume, you can't do a true 360 without risking damage to the figure. However, you can angle the arms out and do this kind of rotation. You can raise the arms up from the sides this much, and if you want to get Parallax into the big power pose, you certainly have that option. As far as the head sculpt is concerned, the figure looks easily from side to side. He can look up this much, he can look down this much, and there is an excellent degree of head tilting, and I am always thankful for that. As expected, the overall articulation is excellent. Here's a side-by-side comparison with the first Parallax release, and there are some details I missed, like the first Parallax has a gripping hand, whereas the glow-in-the-dark Parallax has two fists, which makes me wonder why they didn't include an alternate gripping hand, because without it, he can't hold the personal power battery. By the way, if you're interested in a review of the first McFarlane Parallax figure, I will put a link in the description below since I do have one of those, or you can check out my Green Lantern McFarlane playlist for a myriad of reviews on all of the Lantern-centric McFarlane figures. Another difference that I didn't realize until I did a side-by-side comparison is the trapezius area on the figures. With the glow-in-the-dark figure, that area is green, whereas on the original release, that area is black. Another key difference is that the glow-in-the-dark figure is actually wearing a Green Lantern ring. That's not the case with the first figure, and also Parallax did not wear a ring during 0 hour. Remember, he was born by absorbing the central power battery on Oa, and also this figure's ring is on the left hand. Hal Jordan wears his ring on his right hand, so I think that this is an odd choice. And here we have the moment of truth, and the glow-in-the-dark feature is very impressive. Look at how bright that is. And it's not just the figure, the accessories shine brightly as well. And my favorite aspect of this is that the eyes glow. Look at that. I did not expect that, and it looks very ominous, so I really appreciate McFarlane's ingenuity here. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this review, and please tell all of your friends about this channel. I would certainly appreciate it. And I'll be back with more Green Lantern content soon. But until we meet again, this has been the Emerald Enthusiast, and thanks for watching.